The Swiss National Tourist Office conducted a North American talent search to find a new TV host to showcase some of the country's diverse summer activities and culture. Thousands entered from all across North America, but there was only one winner. Travis Sherry, founder of the travel website Extra Pack of Peanuts, a site designed to help people travel more, spend less. After winning the host search contest, Travis and his wife Heather are about to embark on an amazing adventure. Destination Switzerland. They'll explore St. Moritz and the Engadine Valley. They'll travel by panoramic train to Luzerne, where Travis will discover paragliding. Then it's on to Bern and the Bernese Overland for more adrenaline thrills and a trip to the top of Europe. This is Lights, Camera, Switzerland.
Switzerland. If the heavens are reflected on Earth, this country may be its truest representation. Blessed with majestic mountains, pristine lakes, and rolling meadows as far as the eye can see, Switzerland is the perfect year-round destination for any outdoor enthusiast. Located in the heart of Europe between Germany, Italy, Austria, and France, Switzerland is a country that's rich in nature and culture. Home to approximately 8 million people, German is by far the most spoken language. In fact, 19 of the country's 26 cantons are predominantly German-speaking. After our transatlantic flight on Swiss, we traveled by train from Zurich to St. Moritz, the jewel of Graubünden. Nestled in the Engadine Valley, this iconic alpine destination is best known as the birthplace of winter sports. It was here 150 years ago that two British visitors enjoying a summer vacation took a bet with a local hotel owner. He suggested if they liked the summer in St. Moritz, they should come back in the winter when they love it even more. The two visitors took the bet and returned at Christmas, liking it so much that they stayed through Easter. The birthplace of winter sports and host of two Winter Olympics, St. Moritz is a year-round vacation destination. Located at an elevation of about 6,000 feet, St. Moritz provides a wide range of summer activities. Add world-class shopping and many local cultural attractions, and it should be no surprise that St. Moritz is recognized as the #1 mountain holiday resort in the world. One of the region's most popular summer activities is hiking. You can easily access the local mountains via cable car or gondola. Our local guide Rudy grew up in the Engadine. Dating way back before cable cars, he's enjoyed skiing and hiking these mountains for over 70 years. In the winter when you would ski, how long would it take you to go up the mountain? And then how long did it take you to ski down?
Depend. Normally you take, when it's short mountain, you take 1 hour, 1.5, and down. Depend.
Yeah? 5
In good
minutes
shape,
maybe?
Less.
Less. So 1 hour up for a couple minutes down. Do you have a favorite hike that you like to go on?
These tracks here, fantastic. Huh? Go in there. You see over there the cows?
Yeah.
Huh? And down to the next valley, and go over and go to Maloja. And then you come back on the other side. It's not difficult when you got these tracks here, and when you like more difficult, you have to go up.
Hiking on Mount Corvatsch is a great way to quickly immerse yourself into the Engadine's glorious surroundings. Best of all, this wonderful feeling of freedom costs absolutely nothing. Hotel guests staying at least 2 nights at more than 100 participating hotels can ride up to 13 funiculars and cable cars free of charge. Even if you're in the area for just 1 day, the Swiss all-in-one travel pass offers great discounts too. To download details of individual hikes complete with altitude and GPS data, visit engadine.stmoritz.ch. From high above the upper Engadine, you can't miss the stunning, pristine waters of the lakes below. Lake Silvaplana is the worst-kept secret among water sports aficionados in Switzerland. We head to Silvaplana Sport to learn about the various activities and try our hand at paddleboarding. And who knows, perhaps windsurfing. I'm here with Alex, and we're at Silvaplana in the Engadine Valley. And Alex, you're going to tell us about all the awesome activities we can do on the lake.
Well, we've got a lot actually. It's beautiful stand-up area and windsurfing and kiting, of course, because of the wind. We are pretty high in altitude, and we've got a big difference of temperature, which makes we build thermic wind, who's coming every day around noon.
Okay.
So which is perfect for the morning people paddling,
Okay.
stand-up paddling, and afternoon for all the windsurfer.
And you're going to be the one who's teaching us how to windsurf, right?
I'm gonna be the one, right?
All right. Well, good luck, because neither of us have ever done it.
Thank you. Good luck too.
I heard it's up to how good the instructor is for how good we're going to be out there.
Yeah, it's gonna be all right.
It's time to test the waters.
It's a little warm.
A
little warm here.
It's a little warm.
Our first challenge is to find our way onto the boards. It's one thing getting on the board and another staying on it. Heather slides into the lake and I quickly follow. Alex said the lake was pretty warm, but even with this wetsuit, I strongly disagree. Alex, slide. That's not warm. It's cold. After trying our hands at paddleboarding, it's time to step it up and tackle something even more challenging: windsurfing. Surfers on Lake Silvaplana can reach speeds of 50 miles per hour in the right conditions, but I'll be happy if I can stay upright for 10 seconds.
It's like driving a car. First, I can close a little bit the sail. More I'm gonna close the sail, more wind I'm gonna get into the sail.
Okay.
All right, that's the power.
Alright.
So I'm gonna go forward. You're gonna feel, it's like pulling you. You're gonna have this kind of feeling like this part is trying to go there. No, watch out, be careful. Try to stand as much as you can straight
up.
proud.
After a few last-minute instructions, it's go time.
You look great, Trav!
I managed to successfully lift the sail, but seconds later, my first attempt comes to an abrupt end. Take two goes much better, so Alex casts me to the wind. Surprisingly, I'm able to hold on for almost 3 minutes.
Why did you give up? Come on!
I certainly didn't break any speed records, but all the same, I'm feeling pretty good. It's definitely a lot harder than Alex makes it look. Really excited to see how Heather does with this. Her balance is usually a lot better than mine. She's usually much better at the action sporty type things. So I'm expecting her to pick it up pretty quickly. There you go. Wow, all right. Alex, come on in, she's good. Your master opinion, you have to give us an answer. Who was the better windsurfer?
You can be diplomatic.
Who stood the proudest?
No, I'm really proud of you both actually, no problem. No, you did both the same and actually we...
The same, let's agree. She looked much better doing it. St. Moritz is renowned as an adventure sports playground, but there's so much more, including some very unique activities. Just a couple of miles from St. Moritz, we find the village of Pontresina. Here, there's more great hiking trails to explore with plenty of surprises along the way. One footpath takes us to an area of outstanding beauty. And wait, what's that? Classical music? It's said when the Camerata Pontresina strikes up the music at midday, everything in the forest becomes more vibrant. And I must say, I have to agree. Another little surprise close by is a Ricola garden that serves as a living exhibit featuring the 13 natural herbs contained in each soothing lozenger. Free to the public, you can take a Ricola quiz to see if you can figure out each of the herbs contained in the cough drop. It's not as easy as you think. Yeah, this has got to be, I don't know, maybe not.
You know, some of these pictures have flowers on them. It'd be a lot easier if these plants did.
Ah, but that would spoil the fun.
Did you do this one?
Yeah, I had no idea.
Number 6?
No idea. How many do you think you got right?
Like 3.
That's
maybe.
Probably 3 more than I got. I might have got thyme, and that might be it. I couldn't even find the peppermint, the one that I thought I was definitely going to get. Our next stop takes us to a working alpine cheese dairy to see the traditional way it was made many years ago. Located at the foot of the Morterasch Glacier, a couple of miles from Pontresina, this idyllic alpine hut is reached easily on foot or by train. From the beginning of July to late September, you can actually watch cheese and curd being made over an open fire. To begin, Peter separates the milk into liquid curds and solid whey, which is done by souring the milk and adding rennet. The process of separation takes about 3 hours. This is the 3rd hour of the cheese making process. Don't worry, I have not been doing it the whole time, but if I had been, I definitely would not need a gym membership. Pretty easy job you have, man. Is this it? After the curd is separated, there's plenty of uses for the leftover whey. Some people actually bathe in it, and others, well, they drink it.
Cheers.
Cheers. Prost. Actually, I like that. Next step is to scoop the massive curd into a giant cheesecloth and transfer it to a mold where the excess liquid is pressed out. Wow. Yeah, no, not easy job anymore. That's heavy. That is a lot of cheese. All right. The excess water is removed and the curd is flipped, quartered, and placed in individual buckets where it's pressed into shape with weights. Moisture content determines whether a cheese will be soft, semi-soft, or hard, based on how much pressure is applied when the cheese is packed. Oh, these are heavy. Oh, man. Easy job, yeah. Normal cheeses are left to rest under controlled conditions. This begins the aging process or ripening, which can last a few days to several years. During this process, some cheeses are washed in brine or with salt water on the outside to add flavor. If you want to learn more about traditional cheese making, visit the Alpine Dairy.
Now this is a cheese plate.
I don't know what it is, but it's delicious. Our adventure here in the Engadine is nearing an end, but before we move on to the next leg of our journey, we travel via funicular railway to the top of Mutis Morile. At 8,058 feet, you'll be hard-pressed to find a better view in Switzerland. We end our day with a glass of wine to the sound of owl horns. I've got to say, it doesn't get much better than this. A perfect way to end the day.
Yeah.
We're introduced to Ruth Kasut. Not only is she an alphorn player, she's also one heck of a yodeler, and Ruth tries to give me a lesson. Yo.
Now he's
Yo.
Yeah, that's good.
Yo. Yo.
Normal?
Yeah.
More?
More down?
No. Once again.
Oh, more practice.
Yeah.
Yo.
Yo.
Yeah, all right. Yo. Yodeling is something I obviously will never master, so I'll spare you any more of my efforts and leave it to Ruth. St. Moritz and the Engadine is such an incredible place to visit. We were absolutely captivated with its charm and undeniable beauty, from its jagged peaks and pristine lakes to its lush meadows. We look forward to spending more time here, not only enjoying the recreational activities and serene wonder, but also exploring some of the less visited towns and villages that provide a glimpse of centuries past. It's time to head to the next destination on our grand tour of Switzerland, the town of Andermatt. And lucky for us, we get to board the world-famous Glacier Express, the ideal way to travel from eastern to western Switzerland in the height of luxury. Traveling through 91 tunnels and crossing 291 bridges, the entire journey to Zermatt takes almost 8 hours.
Wow, this is so beautiful.
If you saw that one time in a train ride, you'd be happy. You see it every 3 minutes on the Glacier Express.
I know. It's almost overwhelming.
Famed for its panoramic views of snow-capped mountains, we can immediately see that the Glacier Express certainly lives up to its reputation. Great food, beautiful scenery. This is the perfect way to travel around Switzerland. Reto Rostetter, a representative with the train company, provides some additional insight about what makes the Glacier Express one of the top 10 rail journeys in the world. What makes the Glacier Express so special?
I think there are several reasons. First of all, it's the nature, the landscape, the scenery. Then they're quite comfortable trains, and also with the panorama windows. It's a very relaxing way to travel.
So why was the Glacier Express started? Was it for passengers or was it always for tourism?
It was mostly for tourism, connecting the most famous resorts in Switzerland, namely St. Moritz and Zermatt. And it was a nice way to travel between these two resorts.
Is it more popular in the summer or the winter?
It's definitely more popular in summer. It's also, we have more trains running between May and October. And we have 3 trains each, a day in each direction. And in the winter month, there's only 1 train because the demand is not so high in winter.
Summer or winter, you must add the Glacier Express to any planned itinerary. There really is no better way to explore the Swiss Alps. The Glacier Express continues on to Zermatt, but we're jumping off here in Andermatt to discover some Swiss folklore. There are many fascinating tales that have been passed on through the centuries, and Andermatt is home to one of the most popular of all. I meet up with local guide Bernd Simon to tell us the tale behind the Devil's Bridge.
The legend goes like this: people had always problems to cross these canyons by bridges, and they get a little bit sick of rebuilding these bridges over and over. So one day, people of Andermatt say, devil should build it. In this moment, the devil appeared on the other side on the river, So he offered them a deal. He said, okay, I'm gonna build you a bridge. 3 days and there will be a big bridge here, but the deal is the first soul who crosses the bridge is mine. They needed the bridge, and so they did it. After 3 days, people of Andermatt decided that a male goat has a soul. So they sent the male goat to the devil. The devil got very angry about it and then went down to the canyon to just lift up a huge rock to come back and smash the bridge.
He wanted revenge?
Yeah, he was not very amused about the deal. So on the way up with this huge rock, he met a herbal picking old woman, and she was asking him, what do you do with this huge rock? So he told her the story, how they cheated him. And so she said, come on, the bridge is not running away. Take a break, and so he did. He put down the stone, and she crawled behind the stone, put the Holy Cross on it, and that's why the Devil's Bridge is still in the canyon and the stone is down in the valley. Okay, you want to see some more?
Of course.
Okay, follow me through this tunnel.
Switzerland is well known to be a neutral country and has managed to avoid major conflicts over the years. Much of that is thanks to its natural defenses. These alpine passes are home to a network of defense fortifications that were designed to halt and even trap invading forces. It was here back in 1799 that Russian soldiers battled Napoleon's forces to take the bridge. This monument honors the fallen Russians who lost their lives that day. Banz tells me that the land that this monument sits on was actually donated to Russia. Bet you didn't know Russia bordered Switzerland. Well, right here in Andermatt, it does. Switzerland isn't normally known for high temperatures, but today we're here on one of the hottest days in recorded history. A great place to cool off is the refreshing waters of Lake Lucerne. Lucerne serves as the gateway to central Switzerland. There's no shortage of activities and attractions. The city's most famed and photographed landmark is the Chapel Bridge and the Water Tower, that I hear dates all the way back to the 14th century. Local guide Honey Felder tells us more. Lucerne is absolutely stunning. Every part of this city is like a postcard. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of Lucerne?
Of course, you're right, it's absolutely like a postcard. The history of Lucerne, actually the starting time was in the 8th, 9th century. Lucerne is a little bit more than 800 years old.
What about the bridge that we have behind us?
The bridge, it's the most famous bridge. You can also say it's the most famous bridge all over the world. It's called the Chapel Bridge. The Chapel Bridge was built about 700 years ago.
So walking around Lucerne, I've noticed that it's so vibrant. There's so many people out and about.
There are lots of going on in Lucerne. We have beginning Carnival. Carnival, it's in February. It's a huge festival. Then we have Easter concerts. That's more classical. In the summer, we have like lots of outdoor activities. We have jazz festivals and the very famous Lucerne Festival. We have it in August and September. In Lucerne, nearly every weekend you have something, and the people there really like to go out.
So in Lucerne, you've always got something fun to do.
Of course.
bell ringing is one of the oldest forms of communication, but there's another centuries-old method uniquely Swiss that I want to learn about. The mighty Alphorn. Colette Richter takes us inside Alphorn Tobias to learn more about the art of crafting the perfect horn. Can you tell us a little bit about the history of the Alphorn?
The Alphorn is a very old instrument, almost 1,000 years old. And in the past it has been used as to give a sign to the valley for the alpine farmers up on the mountain that everything was okay, that they were safe, that they were healthy, that everything is good. So basically it's a kind of old-fashioned mobile phone.
So how is the Alphorn then made?
The Alphorn is made in many different steps. The trick is that you need very special wood. It is from a kind of spruce tree. And we are here at a very special Alphorn builder, Tobias, and he uses only spruce, which is from around 1,300 meters high and only cut when it's full moon.
And why is that?
Because of the quality of the wood.
And then how long does it take Tobias, once he gets the wood, to make an Alphorn?
It depends. If you have a standard model, it takes around 2 weeks. 1 week, he can even do it. But if you really want to have something nice and custom, that goes up till 1 month.
Big question. How much is it going to cost me?
The cheapest one is around 3,500, 3,600.
The cheapest? Wow. You can't get me a discount.
I think I can get you the back included.
We're ready for a demonstration. And where better to hear it in all its glory than the top of Mount Pilatus? Accessed by various cableways or cogwheel train, the trip is absolutely amazing. The almost 3-mile stretch of railway was first opened in 1889. To this day, its 48% gradient makes it the steepest cogwheel train in the world. Drawing plenty of onlookers, Tobias provides visitors an impromptu performance on his Alphorn. Never shy of making a fool of myself, especially in public, it's my turn. Too much? Continuing with our myths and legends theme, Pilatus, also known as Dragon Mountain, has a story of its own, as our guide Colette explains.
We are here at a very special place. This is the Dragon Cave, the Dragon Pot, the gallery. And the story comes because many years ago, 500 years ago, 600 years ago, there was a cooper from Lucerne and he was going up the mountain to collect some wood. He knew it was forbidden to go to the summit of the mountain, but forget it, it's a beautiful, wonderful late autumn day. So he went all the way up and he stumbled and he fell in a cave unconscious. And when he woke up, he saw like 2 big dragons and he was like, oh my God, this is too dangerous. But these dragons were super cool. They say to him, too dangerous for you to go back down. Late autumn, snow is coming in. So you stay with us all winter. We take care of you in the spring. We bring you back to the city. So they had a fun winter all together, and somewhere in the spring, Dragon said, okay, time to go home, back to the city, and we leave you alone.
The dragons kept their promise, and in the spring, the cooper was safely returned to Lucerne, where he was welcomed home with a big celebration. So be it legend or myth, that's why Pilatus is also known as Dragon Mountain. If you spend any time in Lucerne, make sure you visit Mount Pilatus. It's a great place to hike or just hang out and take in the spectacular views of the lake below. It's time to make our way back down the mountain for a relaxing cruise on a very special paddle steamer. So I'm here with Roger, the captain of the steamboat Schiller on Lake Lucerne, and the steamboats are a very important part of Lake Lucerne. Can you tell us a little bit about the history?
Yes, of course. We are proud of our 5 paddle steamers we have. That's paddle steamer Uri from 1901, Unterwalden from 1902, then our Schiller from 1906. And then the 2 younger paddle steamers, 1913, the Gallia, the fastest boat on Lake Lucerne, and then the biggest one, our flagship of the fleet, that's Stadt Lucerne. That's the youngest one.
The baby steamboat.
But that's the big baby from 1928.
Roger, how long have you been the captain of this boat?
Of this boat since 2010. But I'm working here with navigation Lake Lucerne Navigation Company since 35 years.
So do you ever get sick of being on this steamboat?
No, it's never get boring here.
Yeah, this is pretty fun. In its day, the paddle steamer Schiller was state-of-the-art technology. And since 1906, when the Schiller was built, the Swiss have continued to develop plenty of innovative methods of transportation, including various forms of rail transit. The Swiss Museum of Transportation is Switzerland's most popular museum. The history of mobility is documented in an interactive environment. This massive object behind me, it looks like something out of a sci-fi movie, but it's actually one of the drill bits used to construct the Gotthard Tunnel, which in 2016 will be the longest railway tunnel in the world. If there's other awesome things like this inside, I want to go check it out. Olivier, we just got finished taking a ride on the Glacier Express, and trains are very, very important to the Swiss. Why do the Swiss love trains so much?
There are two reasons. First reason, tourism. We would like to show everybody the wonderful Alps, so you have to go there with a cocktail or with a train or with a ship. And the second reason is to import the raw material for our economy and industry.
Olivia tells me there's more than 3,000 objects housed in the museum, spread over 20,000 square meters, and each showcases the development of transportation in all forms. One thing that's a must on your visit to the Swiss Transportation Museum is the Swiss chocolate adventure that was developed with Lindt chocolate. This multimedia themed ride takes us on a voyage of discovery, allowing us to learn about the origin and process of making chocolate, and of course, providing free samples. Another attraction you don't want to miss is the museum's Swiss Arena, a 200 square meter walkable aerial view of the entire country of Switzerland. Its details so precise that you can even locate individual buildings.
This is the city of Zug,
Okay.
place
so
where
Zug.
I live.
This is where you live.
Yeah, indeed.
The world's largest ortho photograph of Switzerland is one way to see the country from above. But my next adventure promises me an even better view of the landscape. From mechanized transportation to wind-powered flight, an activity that's quickly gained popularity here in Switzerland is paragliding. The thought of jumping off a mountain certainly doesn't thrill me, especially as heights are just not my thing. We traveled to Mount Rigi so that I can take a tandem ride with Peter, an instructor from Touch and Go Paragliding. How long have you been paragliding?
Well, I was on the very beginning, and I'm the local school. I started in '83, and we have our school since '89.
So you have over 27 years of experience.
Yeah, that's true.
Is this one of the best spots you've paraglided from?
I don't compare because it depends always to the condition. We flew yesterday there from Mount Pilatus, and it was gorgeous. We were over the city of Lucerne on 1,600 meters. So it doesn't matter, the mountain.
Let's do it, my friend. All right. Just so everyone at home really knows, I definitely don't want to do this. We sprint downhill and yes, catch air, quickly soaring into the sky. Gliding over Lake Lucerne is incredible, and the beauty certainly distracts from my fear of heights. If you'd like to try paragliding, then check out Touch and Go. They'll equip you with everything you need and will even video your experience. The Swiss are fortunate to have quite possibly the best public transportation system in the world. The best way to take advantage of the system is with a Swiss travel pass. Isabella, tell us a little bit about the Swiss Travel Pass.
Yeah, the Swiss Travel Pass is the best way to travel through Switzerland. This is only one pass and everything is included. Rail, boats and buses. And the nice in Switzerland is everything is very well connected. So when you arrive by train, you can get the next pass just waiting for you in the front of the station. The Swiss Travel Pass is a pass which you can purchase already in US or Canada by raileurope.com. When you arrive in Switzerland, you can just board the first train already in the airport.
Yeah, and it also includes funiculars and cable cars and cogwheels, almost any type of transportation system in Switzerland.
This is correct, yes, and also the public transportation in the city. So when you arrive in the big cities like Zurich or Lucerne or Geneva or Lugano, you can also take the public transportation of the cities. And the nice thing is the Swiss Travel Pass is not only public transportation, but includes also the free entrance in over 480 museums, like for example the Ballenberg Museum.
Oh, and we'll be heading there shortly. What about for families? Is the Swiss Travel Pass an economical way to get around?
Oh yes, very economical because this is for free. Yeah.
Free?
Yes.
Explain that a little bit.
Yeah, so if you have children under 16 years old, they travel completely for free on the same class of the parents' Swiss Travel Pass. They only pay some supplement for the panoramic trains, but otherwise they are completely for free.
The best way to get around Switzerland.
Yeah, the Swiss Travel Pass.
If you're traveling to Switzerland, don't leave home without your Swiss Travel Pass. Trains, boats, buses, they're all covered, and you'll also get free admission to 480 museums. You really can't beat that. Visit raileurope.com to learn more. The next stop on our journey takes us to the town of Ballenberg. We visit the Ballenberg Swiss Open Air Museum, which is one of the museums that you can enjoy for free with your Swiss Travel Pass. The mission is simple, to show what rural life used to be like in times gone by. Our guide Dario gives us a tour.
The museum was founded 1968, and then the museum opened 10 years later, 1978, with 16 houses.
Oh, really?
And yeah, nowadays are more than 100.
As soon as you enter the museum's grounds, you feel like you've stepped back in time. Historic buildings have been transported here piece by piece and reassembled for preservation. The result is a village, beautifully frozen in time. Among the historic buildings, traditional farming exhibitions take place. It's incredible to get a close-up look at the craftsmen on site applying their trade as they would have done hundreds of years ago. The best part is that the entire experience here at Ballenberg encourages public participation. Even though Ballenberg celebrates a proud heritage of Swiss farming culture, it still knows how to incorporate modern design in ways you'd never expect.
Well, this was a project in 2007. The project was called Innovation Meets Tradition, or the other way around. We show people who inherited a house which is protected, so they cannot tear it down or change anything from the outside, what they can do with the inside.
So what year was this house built originally?
1570. Yeah.
So the inside is new and the outside is old and beautiful.
Exactly.
If you're planning a trip to Switzerland, put this destination on your list. Home to buildings dating back as far as the 14th century, the structures and settlements represent most of Switzerland's cantons, and it's a fun learning experience for the entire family. Continuing on our journey, we head for Interlaken, located in the heart of the Bernese Oberland. The gateway to summer and winter sports activities, Interlaken is central to all the adventure sports you could imagine. Ready for an instant adrenaline rush? Then stop by Outdoor Interlaken. Heather and I prepare ourselves for a treetop adventure that features 120 challenges.
There's something here for everyone. There's little courses for kids that are 1 meter tall, and there's courses for the tough guys that really want the biggest challenge they can find.
The park's biggest thrill is their vertical rush, which includes 4 different challenges 45 feet above the ground.
The first challenge there is a slack line. The next challenge is a base jump simulator where you leap off and free fall down, and then the system catches your fall and lowers you safely to the ground. Third is a giant swing, and then the last is a zip line that runs all the length of the park here, 150 meters or 450 feet, all the way through the park.
Just with your feet on the side like this.
Okay. All right.
Okay. Looks easy.
As you come on up, I'm going to grab you on your back.
Okay.
I'll explain the rest up.
Okay.
All right, sounds good. See you at the top.
All right.
Now that I'm completely terrified, I do what any gentleman would do. I make Heather go first.
Oh my God!
The winch ride is terrifying enough, but stepping out on the slackline takes things to a whole new level. After a shaky start, Heather successfully navigates her way across the slackline.
So just relax. It actually is pretty stable, surprisingly.
Me, on the other hand, not so much.
Do you want to try again?
No. I think I'm good with that.
Next up, we try the base jump simulator. The plan is to feel the sensation of free falling in a controlled environment. Now, jumping off a perfectly good platform is not my idea of fun. But since Heather did it, I've got to give it a go too.
Oh my God.
I still haven't conquered my fear of heights, but since I'm not dead yet, it's time to try their giant swing.
3, 2, 1.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think that's enough.
For the swing, there's 3 types of people.
Yeah.
There's the ones that scream all the way.
Yeah.
There's the ones that don't make a sound.
Right.
Or there's your case, which was you wanted to scream, but nothing came out until you're about halfway down.
Right.
Halfway down through here.
That's about how I felt. Like, as soon as I got about halfway down and it caught, I think my body was able to scream because I actually knew I was okay.
But you can hear you actually trying to scream at the start, like,
Yeah, and it just doesn't come out. If you're like me and have an adventurous spirit, but a fear of heights, don't worry because Outdoor Interlaken has other great adventures available that take advantage of the region's natural surroundings. Whitewater rafting is a thrill ride of another kind. Set beneath the watershed of the Eiger, Monk, and Jungfrau Mountains, Interlaken is renowned for its river rafting tours, from fast-flowing rivers to adrenaline-fueled Class 4 rapids. If you want to try the adventure for yourself, let the accredited guides at Outdoor Interlaken raft you down what has to be one of the most spectacular rivers in all of Switzerland. When visiting Interlaken, there are many choices of accommodations to meet all budgets, from 5-star hotels to hostels for backpackers and the budget conscious. Balmer's is a well-known rest stop for adventurers from all over the world. I'm here at Balmer's with Fabian. You're one of the 4th generation of owners here?
Yes, actually my grandparents started like a holiday house and they rented out a room and then my grandparents turned it into a Touristenheim. I don't know the word in English. And then my father into a backpackers and now it's my sister and me running the place since maybe 5 or 6 years.
Believe it or not, Balmer's was actually the first hostel I ever stayed in. And so for me, it holds a special place in my heart because it really helped me get out, see the world, travel, and meet interesting people.
So what was your most crazy experience that you remember?
Being here at Balmer's just really opened my eyes to the fact that there are people traveling from all over the world.
Yeah.
And that they're all socializing with each other here in the beer garden or downstairs at the club or hanging out and going on activities with each other. I'm sure you see that quite often.
Yeah, and you have to share a room with 30 people.
Yeah.
That's also very
Yeah, well, you get close pretty quickly.
Yeah.
But do you see a lot of people building these friendships
Yes,
that come to
connections.
Balmer's? Yeah.
Yeah, you sit down together, you're not by yourself. You can travel by your own, but you're not alone. So yeah, it's like this family vibe. We say like a home away from home.
Balmer's is a home away from home, right here in Interlaken, Switzerland.
Exactly.
Interlaken is a great place to use as a base for exploring the Bernese Alps and its majestic peaks, including the Jungfraujoch, also known as the top of Europe, which is one of the major highlights of any Swiss vacation. The highest railway station in Europe is located 11,330 feet above sea level. The railway adventure that takes us from Interlaken to the Jungfraujoch is an experience itself. Changing trains in Kleinerscheidig, the last part of the journey takes us high above mountain meadows before entering a 5.5-mile tunnel in the Eiger and Monk Mountains. This feat of Swiss engineering was first constructed by hand in the late 1800s. On our arrival, we enter a high alpine wonderland of ice, snow, and dramatic rock formations. We find the Sphinx Observatory viewing platform, one of the highest astronomical observatories in the world. The platform provides stunning views of Europe's longest alpine glacier, just over 14 miles in length. The Jungfraujoch, this is absolutely spectacular. Not only is it the highest railway station in Europe, but it's also an amazing view over the country of Switzerland. If you get anywhere near here, you have to take the epic 2.5-hour train ride right here to the Jungfraujoch. Our grand tour of Switzerland reaches its final destination, Bern, the capital of Switzerland. Not many cities have managed to retain their historic characteristics quite as successfully as Bern, which features over 4 miles of arcades, making it one of the longest weather-sheltered shopping promenades in all of Europe. Although Bern has a very good public transportation network, it's best to explore the city on foot.
Here we go!
Or hey, try a rickshaw. I meet up with Gabby Bartoldi, a local guide here in Bern, to give me a little history lesson.
Bern was founded in 1191 down in the bow of the Aare River. It is a medieval town, used to have 3 city gates, and this here is the first one.
So this clock tower was the original first city gate?
City gate, yes, in the ramparts, open towards the city. The first clockwork came in 1405 after the big fire which destroyed almost the whole city, as it was constructed out of wooden houses. So after the fire, the Bernese decided to put a clock in it, and since then it's called Clock Tower.
Gabby tells me the clock tower is probably Bern's best-known landmark. The 15th century astronomical clock is a major attraction. A clock is documented in this tower as far back as the 1400s. Clockmaker Caspar Brunner made the current movement in 1530. To date, no other clockworks by this master are known. It's an amazing piece of engineering. The mechanism seems so complex, and even more impressive when it all springs to life. The clock tower today stands as a heritage site of national significance and is part of the Old City of Bern's UNESCO heritage status. Speaking of culture, the Swiss enjoy the best of many neighboring influences. And here in Bern, you'll soon realize you don't have to travel to Italy to find authentic homemade gelato. Ice cream, my favorite thing in the world. I am here with Andy, the gelato expert. Andy, tell us a little bit about the shop you have.
Yeah, welcome to the Gelateria di Berna. It's an ice cream parlor here in Bern. We are open since 5 years, and we're making the best ice cream in Switzerland.
Oh, the best of the best here.
Absolutely.
What are some of the flavors that you have?
Well, of course, we have the normal flavors like chocolate, vanilla, strawberry, but then we also do the really special ones. One is like raspberry with ginger.
Okay.
We got pineapple with basil. So we got these first you think strange combinations, but at the end it tastes so good.
Check out all these awesome flavors of ice cream. Cassis, Heidelbeer, Brombeer, Biscotto. My favorite, Zabayone? Always ready to lend a hand, Heather and I offer our help. This is cool, all right. So hold like this, yeah?
How long do you do it?
Until it's all done, it's all mixed.
Yeah.
So no big pieces?
Yeah, no big pieces, exactly.
Next, we add some extra flavor.
So we're gonna add this lemon thyme.
All right.
Smell it?
Ooh, it smells so good.
One more mix and the gelato is now ready for testing. That's gonna be great.
Yeah.
That is a good flavor there, Andy.
So good.
Now that we've helped make a batch of gelato, we're not leaving here without trying some other flavors.
Good?
Really good.
Excellent.
Yeah.
So what is the secret to making good gelato?
Well, actually, it's very simple. You just choose the best ingredients, whenever possible from the local markets, and then you make it fresh.
Every day?
Every day, and that's it.
There's possibly no better place to enjoy an ice cream than in a relaxing park atmosphere at a picnic by the river. The locals here in Bern have the perfect environment for enjoying nature in the middle of a major city. Heather and I are invited to join friends at a traditional Swiss barbecue. What do you usually have at a Swiss barbecue? What types of food?
We always take our sausages with us, and then we have some different kinds of salads, like pasta salad or just green salad.
Do many of the places here in Switzerland and in Bern in particular have these kind of setups, many of the parks?
Yes, we do have a lot of setups, and they're all for free. And they're all over the country, in forests, and at the river, at the lake. So you find them everywhere.
Yeah, it's nice.
Yeah.
Everyone's outdoors. Even when you're here in the city, people stay outdoors.
Yeah, it's really nice, yeah.
After a great picnic, Heather and I take the opportunity to discover Bern's best-kept secret, the RA River. Locals can float or swim down the river in the fresh glacial waters back to the city center. I can't imagine another capital city in the world that offers anything like this experience. Sadly, our grand tour is coming to an end, but there's just enough time for us to uncover one more hidden gem that Bern has to offer. I'm talking about a very unique microbrewery, so unique that it only opens its doors on Friday nights. And since it's our last night in Switzerland, we're checking it out. So how do we say this? Wabräu.
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 Exactly.
What was your motivation for deciding to start a small microbrewery? Because it's not an easy thing to get started.
It was just a love of beer, and maybe also the starting something new, just the adventure.
So what's the secret to brewing a good beer?
Love and affection of beer, maybe.
So can we take a tour and maybe try some?
Maybe try some. Let's make the tour.
The tiny brewery is literally built into the side of a mountain. Its 3 floors house a malt room, brewery, and cellar. Malt is a key ingredient in the brewing process. Nadine introduces me to the different varieties they use for flavor.
So some breweries serve it with the beer, just to pick. It's nice, isn't it?
Do you swallow it?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
It's a little
Doesn't
hard.
kill you.
Okay.
Just relax.
I'd rather drink it than eat it, I think.
Somebody else?
And drink we do. Our grand tour of Switzerland has come to an end.
Cheers.
Cheers. As we celebrate our last evening in this incredible country, I reflect back on our amazing adventure. Hiking in St. Moritz, paragliding over Lake Lucerne, base jumping and river rafting in Interlaken. This journey has taken us from the Engadine Valley to the top of Europe. During our stay, we've utilized every form of public transportation, from gondolas to paddle steamers and of course trains, including the magnificent Glacier Express. I can't imagine a more dramatic and efficient way to see the country. Before we say goodbye, I'd like to thank everyone who made this adventure possible, especially our guides who introduced us to their history and culture. This show may be coming to an end, but I know our adventures in Switzerland will continue for years to come. After a grand tour of the incredible country of Switzerland, what better way to end it than right here at the Wabräu Brewery in Bern? But only on Fridays. Cheers.